Okay.
Yeah.
Jada Allen.
Yes.
Good morning. How are you? Do you have a case today with Judge Holmes?
Yeah.
I don't see your name on the docket.
This the case, the Zoom.
Yeah, I know what it is, but I'm saying you're not on our docket today.
Okay. Do you know what day I have court?
No, I'm not sure. I can give you a number to call.
Okay. I'm ready for the number.
All right. 313
313
965
965.
2280.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Reed. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Fikens.
Just have the volume down.
Morning, Mr. Reed.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, Mr. Parker?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yourself?
Good, good. Thank you. Good.
Great.
Mr. Parker, good
Good
morning, sir.
morning, gentlemen.
Franklin, how's everyone this morning? How you doing, Mr.
Very
Franklin?
good.
Good.
Doing well. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. Everybody's on, everybody looks well, look alive.
Good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Mr. Richardson. How are you, sir? Oh, Mr. Still.
Glad.
Good, good, good. You look blessed.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Are you joining us this morning?
Very much so.
Oh, okay. Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Likewise.
Hey, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Yancey.
Griffin?
Morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. Everybody. Good morning, Mr. Griffin. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, veterans. We will be your case managers for this morning.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge on this morning. And this is our Veterans Court, so I'm excited to be here this morning. Good morning to all of you. I hope you all will put a little smile on your face. Just a little one, just a slight one. Come on, Mr. Richardson. I see the nod. There you go, Mr. Aldridge. I see y'all. All right, wonderful. Good, good. All right, we are going to get started. You all should know that Mr. Kusheri is here in the courtroom, physically in the courtroom. Also, we have Mr. Curry, who is physically in the courtroom, as well as Mr. Adams. Brown. Brown. I'm calling him Adams. Mr. Brown, who is also physically in the courtroom. So just so the attorneys and the team knows who's present on today. And so with that, I'm going to start by having the attorneys please place your appearance on the record.
Yes, thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Vet Court, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Judge, and good morning again.
Good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Counsel. And I too would make a similar motion.
All right, good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. All right, let's go to case managers. Mr. Yancey, you're up first on my screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Veterans Court, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Yancey.
Good morning.
And then Mr. Griffin.
Morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin on behalf of Veteran Courts this morning.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin, and thank you all for serving on this morning on behalf of our veterans. Mr. Kusheri, will you shout out your appearance for me?
Yes, good morning, Honorable Judge. Good morning, courtroom. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kusheri. And good morning, Ms. Wilson, and to the remainder of the staff that's in the courtroom office a lot. And Ms. Matt, we are good morning. We are ready to get it started. Mr. Parker, I am not going to overlook you this morning. Please place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veteran Treatment Court Mentor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Parker. Good to see you. All right. All right. Any preliminary matters from the attorneys first?
No, Your
No,
Honor.
Judge, not at this time.
All right. Very good. And then from the case managers?
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor.
All right. Anything can happen, right? But not right now. All right. Very good. Mr. Kusheri, do you have any preliminary matters?
No, Your Honor.
No. All right. Very good. Then let's get started. You all let me know. All of our veterans will remain in the courtroom until we are finished. Ms. Wilson, I am going to put on the waiting room. And so that way we don't have the distractions. And we are going to start. I'll start at the top of the screen on this morning with Mr. Stitt. Are we ready on Mr. Stitt?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Stitt, unmute for me. Oh, Mr. Stitt, what you over there doing? There we go, unmute.
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
I can hear you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Just okay?
Well, we got a little job going across the street. The machine we need to bring out the building. We're trying to figure out how not to tear out the wall and get the machine out. And I was just working on it and I stopped to come to court. So I'm thinking about how to solve my problem here.
Okay. Well, can you put that aside for like about 3 to 5 minutes so we can talk?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right. I love it. I love it. Let me place your case numbers on the record. I have the following for you. I have 053-937-71 and 0537452. State your full name for me.
Willis Allen Stitt.
All right, Mr. Stitt. Things have been going well with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, tell me what you've been doing to maintain your sobriety, Mr. Stitt.
Staying away from crowds, mainly staying at work, mainly just concentrating on learning things here in the business world. That's about it. That's mainly just work. And I go on.
All right, very good. And so we know you probably can't stay away from crowds for the rest of your life. Do you feel that through some of the resources that we provided to you, do you feel like you have some tools that can help you for when you do have to be around crowds?
Your Honor, yes. I confide with Mr. Parker when I have a little problem or I feel lonely. But I speak, yes, I do. I reach out.
Okay, you reach out. Very good. Have you been having any issues, any concerns with respect to where you are on this journey?
Just looking back at some of my mistakes and seeing some of my accomplishments. And I like leaning toward my accomplishments.
Yeah, it's okay to look at your mistakes through what is that? The rear view mirror that's in the car?
Right.
It's okay. just take a quick look. You know how we take a quick look, right? Check and see what's going on behind us. But then that whole window in front of us, that's where our future is. And that's the one we should spend most of our time looking through, right?
Yes. Steve Harvey says, don't drive the car by looking through the rear view mirror. You got to look through the windshield.
There you go. There you go. It's good to be mindful so we don't make the same mistakes, right? And so that we remember the lessons that we've learned. But by all means, don't get stuck looking at the past. We've all made a lot of mistakes, sir. Just so you know that you're not in that category by yourself. I'm included right in there with you.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. All right. What are you working on personal as far as goals? What are you working on right now?
Personal goals, wanting to get my house painted, cut the yard. Personal goals, find a wife.
Yes. I'm sorry, say that again.
I said find a wife.
You try to find you a wife. All right now. I don't know what they're saying out there in the audience, but somebody had a comment. I didn't hear it, but it better have been a good comment, because he that finds a good wife, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You should be looking. You should be the one looking. There you go. Very good. Listen, you have been working on yourself. You've been doing some great things. And so listen, there's nothing wrong with you finding a wife. How about that?
Yes, I understand that. Yes. Should be any problem.
That's a good goal to have. That is definitely a good goal to have. All right. And so here's to take his hat off in the courtroom. All right. And so, Mr. Stitt, is there anything that you need us to help you with?
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing a bench trial today. Remember that little problem I had?
Oh, listen to you. Listen, you are paying attention to what's going on with you. And you are absolutely right. That bench trial is scheduled for 8:35 a.m. Mr. Stitt, I'm not going to call it just yet. I'm going to do my Veterans Treatment Court docket. If the officer has not checked in, then I am going to call it because we have set it for trial, right, Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're in good shape. Don't let me forget to call. I'm sure you won't let me forget to call it, right, Mr. Stitt?
He might be looking for someone, Judge. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fikens?
I just said he might be looking for someone and forgot all about his trial. I don't know.
I don't know, but we did notice, and we gave plenty of notice. We did. We gave plenty of notice. So as far as I'm concerned, we are in great shape. So you'll be fine, Mr. Stitt. I'll call it at the end or midway. I'm gonna give a few minutes for the officer to show up, okay? In fairness to the people. All right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else? What else do you need us to help you with?
Getting my driver's license.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, that's on you all. What have you determined?
I believe when we started looking at that, Judge, that's when we came across this trial or this outstanding matter. I think that will go a ways to help. And I think this is one hurdle we have to overcome, but I believe there are other hurdles yet we have to do.
All right. And so, Mr. Fikens, will you all, I believe you already have the SOS for Mr. Stitt, is that correct?
I believe so, Judge. Yes.
All right. And so you all will meet with him offline and talk to him about what's next, depending on what happens with that trial today. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Stitt, one step at a time. We need to take care of this trial today. And then Mr. Fikens or Mr. Reed or both will meet with you to talk about what's next, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Anything else, Mr. Stitt?
No, that's it, Your Honor. No, I'll sit.
All right. I'm sorry, say that again. I cut you off.
I said, I'll sit and be patient.
You will be patient. You have been. And while you're waiting, keep working hard, okay? Because you're doing a great job.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Yancey, is there anything else that you want to add as to Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, not too much. Mr. Stitt seems like he's doing pretty well. We did check the screenings. That's going pretty well. We had basically the same goals that he articulated this morning down. So so far he's really doing well. Still employed. We like that. So so far so good for Mr. Stitt, at least for what we have, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything else to Mr. Stitt?
No, Judge, good report. Hopefully we can resolve the trial case today. And if we do that, then he should probably go to the Secretary of State and apply for a license. He may owe a reinstatement fee or something like that, but you're doing a great job, Mr. Stitt. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. If nothing else, Mr. Yancey, what's going to be next for Mr. Stitt? And did they give you all the observation date for Veterans Treatment Court? Because I believe that probably everybody is pretty much going to come back on that day. I don't know. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Mr. Yancey?
I think we're gonna have Mr. Stitt do a face-to-face on August 16th. And because I think the observation is actually 2 weeks after that. So we'll probably have to have some discussions about that.
All right, very good. So Mr. Stitt, you're gonna do a face-to-face. That will in all likelihood be with Mr. Yancey. Is that correct, Mr. Yancey?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and we'll go from there, okay?
Yes.
All right, let me hear from your mentor, Mr. Parker.
Yes, good morning again, Your Honor. Yeah, I've spoken to Mr. Stitt on a regular basis. We speak often, and he's doing well. He's always, have a great outlook on things, and even, he deals with, if there's any setbacks, he deals with them professionally, and I appreciate that. He calls me and let me know when things are going on. I really do appreciate that, and it helps so we can communicate and keep them from going backwards instead of keep them from going backwards, but to go forward instead. So Mr. Stitt is doing well, and keep up the good work, Mr. Stitt. I know you're getting closer to the end.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Anna.
All right, very good. Well, you have your next date, Mr. Stitt. I'm gonna have you go on mute. If you need to turn your camera off, I'm gonna give you permission to do so. because you are at work. Before you turn that camera off, I do need everyone in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. Stitt, thanking him for his service in the Army. Mr. Stitt, we appreciate you serving. All right? All right, you can turn your camera off and get back to work, but just keep your earpiece in so you can hear us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Let's keep going. I am going to go to Mr. McKinley. Mr. McKinley, oh, that's right, because I have to do that trial case for him. Mr. McKinley, I have case number 210-567-6801. State your full name for me, Mr. McKinley.
Yes, good morning. My name is Dennis McKinley.
All right, how are you this morning, Mr. McKinley?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Thank you.
All right, very good. It seems like it's been a while since I've seen you. Has it been a while?
It's probably been days, but it seemed like years, but yes.
It seemed like years. Look at you. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, Mr. McKinley, you are still working your program?
Yes, ma'am. That's affirmative.
All right. How does it feel to be sober and to know that you are able to utilize tools to help you be sober? How does that feel to you?
Well, it feels good. It really feels good being connected to the team, the 36th district team, VA team, and the people around my family and supporters. It really feels good. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. I know that you have gone through your sessions with treatment. Have you noticed anything different about yourself as far as your thinking process or anything of that nature? And if so, can you share it with us? What's different about your way of thinking?
Well, I have, thanks to action, I have went through my treatment program. So I'm still involved with the treatment program as we speak, but it gives me a better outlook and gives me a better view of the things that's going on around me and going on inside of me at the same time. So it's been really positive and really been affirmed.
All right, very good. And are you still, you said that you're still doing some treatment, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, that's affirmative. I'm still doing treatment with the VA. Yes, I am. I'm still in a group session.
All right, wonderful. And you're participating and giving it your all when you're there at the groups, right?
That's affirmative. I'm giving it my all. I'm participating. Yes.
All right, wonderful. Can you tell us something that you've learned since the last time I've seen you? And maybe you can either encourage the other veterans that are with us on this morning, or it may even be a warning. I don't know, but something that you've learned.
Well, one of the things I've learned since the last time I spoke with you, but it's just been reaffirmed, the fact that take responsibility for yourself, take responsibility for the things that go on around you, and think about someone other than yourself, you know, because you're not in this alone. You represent other people other than yourself. So that's one of the things, you know, that I really concentrate a lot on. It's not just about me.
That's some good stuff to share with the team. It's not just about you, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, Your Honor.
I love it. I love it. All right. Are you having any issues, any difficulties that you need us to help you with?
No, not at this moment. It's going pretty good. It's going well. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Mr. Kusheri, you have anything on Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Thank you again. Good morning, Mr. McKinley. Mr. McKinley is complying with all his treatment at this time. He's engaged in outpatient weekly work. He continues to engage in individual weekly programming. He's aligned to complete on the 9th of August. He is continuing to engage with his mentor as ordered. All ETGs, UBS have been negative. He's an active participant in group, offering to read materials and provide insights, and he's doing incredible. So congratulations, Mr. McKinley, on a good report. It's nice to see you, and I hope that you have a good week. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Did you hear Mr. McKinley?
Well, I did hear, and I thank you. And it's always a pleasure because he's always professional. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Does an excellent job. All right, from any of the other team members, ask to Mr. McKinley, Mr. Yancey, something you'd like to add?
It seems like Mr. McKinley is doing really well. I think he's having success as far as I believe at one point he was working on having a positive attitude. I believe he's doing pretty well as far as that's going. We appreciate him continuing his groups. He knows that that's beneficial to him. So he's smart enough to continue that. So we applaud that, Your Honor. And we just, we will continue to encourage him. And I look forward to having some interaction with him off of Zoom.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, anything for Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report, Mr. McKinley. Keep up the good work. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. We're proud of what you're doing, sir. You be proud of yourself. It's always good to see you, sir. Thank you.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. McKinley, you are doing a great job. You're very consistent in it. You're always getting the job done, and we appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
All
Vice.
right, very good. And Mr. Yancey, I have Mr. McKinley in phase 2. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And then for Mr. Stitt, and I'm going back just a little bit, I have Mr. Stitt in phase 3.
That is, I think he recently got promoted, so I believe that is right. So I don't know if Mr. Stitt will probably get a different date.
That's okay.
Okay.
I have to recall him anyways for that one case.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. McKinley, you're in great shape. Mr. Yancey, what's the return for Mr. McKinley?
So for Mr. McKinley, he would have a face-to-face on August 16th, Your Honor.
All right, and we'll put it on the schedule for 10:35 a.m. and you all can work out the details of that. Did you get that information, Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Sean, I sure did. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. McKinley for his service in the Army. Thank you for putting on the uniform for all of us, Mr. McKinley. We appreciate you. Keep working your program. You're doing a great job, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Yes.
His treatment will start at 9.
Oh, absolutely. Mr. Boomer, I need to get your hearing done because I want you in your session this morning. So let me thank you so much, Mr. Kushiri. I have the following from Mr. Boomer. I have case number 22-05661-001, case number SP 133-37602. State your full name for me, Mr. Boomer.
Stephen Paul Boomer.
All right, how are you this morning, sir?
Doing good, doing very good.
You're doing very good. I love it. Listen, I scheduled you today because I wanted to just lay eyes on you. I wanted to make sure you made it to your destination, right? In Battle Creek, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how are things going there?
Doing good, doing good. Today, I finish up my quarantine. I'm about to move to another building, and instead of Zooming all my classes, it'll be face-to-face, which I look forward to that. And it's going real well. I thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Listen, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you. Listen, you have been in my thoughts. I'm like hoping just one day at a time that you would be able to get there and get the help that you need, and you made it. And you made it. And so I just wanted to lay eyes on you today. I want you to get everything that you're supposed to get. Mr. Yancey, will you be taking on this case as well?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right. And so we'll follow up and make sure that we get all of you, make sure you get your releases signed. And then Mr. Kasheri is working with us as well, as to Mr. Boomer. And so we'll get all of the information that we need. But the major hurdle, Mr. Kusheri, I can't thank you enough for the work that you and Ms. Robs did together to get Mr. Boomer and Mr. Boomer. I can't thank you enough to get him to a place where he can get the assistance and the aid that he needs. And so, Mr. Boomer, I'm expecting great things, and I'm certain that you are as well, right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. It's
All right.
going good.
Very good. Very good. So far, so good?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
All right, good. Listen, I need you to get to your treatment. Mr. Yancey, what would be Mr. Boomer's return to court date? I need to see him.
Your Honor, I believe it's in phase one.
Yes.
So I believe that would be August 16th on Zoom at 8:35.
August, one more time.
I believe that would be August 16th on Zoom at 8:35.
All right, and so, Mr. Kashiri, let's make sure if he has to be in treatment at that time, that I do him first and release him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Boomer, I'm counting on you to let me know if you have to be in treatment. I don't want you to miss anything while you're there, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very good. I want you to be well, and I want you to do well, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
Yes,
Before
ma'am.
you leave, I need everyone to join me. What branch of the military did you serve in?
Air Force.
Air Force. All right. I need everybody to join me in celebrating Mr. Boomer and thanking him for his service. Thank you, Mr. Boomer. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. All right. I'm giving you permission to log off and go to your therapy, okay?
All right, thanks, Your Honor. I'll see you in a couple
All
weeks.
right. All right. You're very welcome. Give me a second to just make a note. Minutes, you. Go ahead, Mr. Boomer. You're free to leave. Good morning, Mr. Morgan. Good morning, I am well. How are you? One day at a time. There you go. That's what we have to do. Why am I giving you my stuff? I don't know. I'm giving you stuff. Yes, ma'am. Yes, and I need to see the docket for that, Ms. Mack. I did not. Yes, I did request it yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. All right, here we go. Are these yours? Thank you, Mr. Griffin. All right, let's keep going. Mr. Richardson, I'm ready for you. Good morning to you. Uh-oh, unmute for me.
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
I can hear you. Good morning, Mr. Richardson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Blessed faith.
Yes, sir. I see you. All right.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
Let me place.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me place your case numbers on the record. I have the following for you. Case number SP 106-06801. Case number 200-572-3501. State your full name for me.
Desi Richardson.
All right, Mr. Richardson. Are they treating you well?
Yes, indeed, Your Honor. Yes, indeed.
All right. Are you treating them well?
Yes, ma'am. When I told you, when I gave you my word and said I surrender, I gave you my word. And they've been good to me.
They have. I love it. And I'm so appreciative of it. All right. What are you doing to work on yourself? Come on, tell me.
I'm going to meetings. I'm participating in class. I'm bringing some things to the top that I didn't, or I had forgotten, that I had in the back of my head that I was trying to, that I thought was my fault. A lot of things that had been happening to me in my past. and I found out that I was angry, Your Honor. And when I have a event or an incident, I get mad, and I've learned how to control my temper. Uh, the gentlemen that I do private sessions with, they really not just hear me, they listen to what I have to say. And they give me very good feedback. Not just that, these are men my age, real men, not no perpetrating me. These are real men with real experiences in life that I can identify with. And this is really helping me, Your Honor. And I really appreciate you giving me this chance. And when I said I surrender, I gave you my word, and I've always kept my word. And you have it, Your Honor.
All right, I'm counting
For
on you,
allowing
Mr.
me this
Richardson.
chance.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for
I
working it.
understand now. I have
Uh-oh.
for my
We have a bad connection. But I do like that picture of him. All right. Mr. Richardson may have to dial out and come back in because we have a really bad connection. So I'm gonna give him the opportunity to do that. I'm gonna keep going though, so we can keep moving the docket. So, but when he comes back, let's go, Mr. Aldridge. You are it. Good morning to you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait, did Mr. Richardson come back? There he is. All right,
Can you
Mr.
hear me?
Richardson.
All
I
right.
can hear you now. I can hear you. All right, Mr. Richardson, there's something that I wanna explore with you just for a second. And so I know that you're there at Lake Ridge. They're doing a great job with you. And we've not received any concerns or any complaints. And so I want to know, have you given some thought about what are the things that will be a struggle for you when you go back into independent living that may result in you using? Have you thought about that?
Yes, ma'am. And I talked to the pastor. I would like to join the church, and I would like to come here for outpatient. He told me he would be glad to have me. I've been an asset here. I've done some things around the place to help the other guys, like fix refrigerators and stuff like that. My thing is, I felt so good. Out of the 20 some odd guys, they invited me to go and help with the poll.
Oh, wonderful for voting today. That's right, everybody. Make sure you go get out and vote. Yes,
ma'am.
America is counting on you to vote. I'm counting on you to vote. Absolutely. All right. And so, Mr. Richardson, I think I'm hearing you say that some of what you make, Sheena Jackson just tapped into my courtroom. Somebody needs to tell her to come into the courthouse. Miss Wilson, if you could communicate with Sheena Jackson, you tell her, she hung up. All right. Y'all really think that when y'all leave me, I let y'all go? I really don't. I don't let y'all go. I keep the light on. I wait for y'all with bated breath to come back. And so, Mr. Richardson, listen, this is what can you hear me, Mr. Richardson?
I was reading the sign they got in front of your face, Your Honor. It says the host has opened a breakout room. Please wait, okay, to be assigned.
Oh, just ignore that. Just ignore it.
Ma'am.
You're good.
Yes,
you should be right here with me. So, Mr. Richardson, this is what I heard you say. I heard you say that one of the things that may be a struggle is the associations, the people that you might hang around with, or the people that you might associate with. And so what you're going to do in order to work on that is you're going to be connected to the church at Lake Ridge, and you are going to continue your outpatient treatment. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're gonna change you're gonna change your association, right?
Yes, ma'am. And
Right.
the pastor has okayed it for me to come here, go through outpatient, and he said if it's necessary, I can also drop here if he want me, if it's all right with you.
All right. We'll talk to Mr.
I've been
Williams.
clean. I've been clean all the way across the board. I've dropped all good drops.
I know, and we'll talk with Mr. Williams about what that looks like, because there are some standards that I have to
Yes, ma'am.
satisfy in the program. So we'll talk
Yes,
with Mr.
ma'am.
Williams and staffing about that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
And I
I'm
thank
just
you,
very
Your Honor.
proud of you, Mr. Richardson.
Yes, ma'am. I say I give. I submit.
No, you said surrender. I like surrender.
Yes, ma'am. I surrender. I surrender.
There you go. There you
Thank
go.
you, ma'am.
All right. Let me hear from Mr. Kusheri. Do you have anything asked to Mr. Richardson? He's doing well.
He's doing well, Your Honor. I do not have anything to report while he's in Lake Ridge. He's under their care, and it sounds like he's entirely compliant and doing well. It's nice to see you, Mr. Richardson. Congratulations on a good report.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. Mr. Parker, I'm not going to forget about you today. What do you have, Mr. Parker? What you have for me, if anything, as to Mr. Richardson? Uh-oh, you're on mute.
I apologize. Mr.
That's
Richardson's
okay.
doing well, and he's very positive in his thinking and in his speech, and we talked a couple of times while we were at the conference, and he's doing really well, Yana. He really is. He's happy, and whatever it is that keeps him happy, makes him happy. I hope that it keeps him happy, and I hope he continue to strive forth towards that. So, congratulations, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, did you have anything to report out as to Mr. Richardson?
No, just that I believe he has a good fit being at Lake Ridge, and we appreciate his positive aura. And because I think it seems like he's taken a shift from where he was. So that's really a great thing. And as long as he's basically in the process of figuring out what his triggers are, so that when he's no longer there, he can continue his sobriety, then he's on the right track, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Any of the other team members, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, as to Mr. Richardson?
Yes, Judge. Good report, sir. Keep up the good work.
And if I could briefly add, Your Honor, we've been through some bad times. We've been through some good times, Mr. Richardson. It's great to see you in the good times. I see a calm or a peace that has come over you. I think you've made some decisions regarding your life, and I'm very proud of you for that, sir. So keep up the great work. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right. Very good. Mr. Richardson, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am. Everybody has done what I needed them to do up to this point. And I want to thank the whole team, and I want to especially thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate everything that you've done for me.
And I appreciate you, Mr. Richardson. I do. I appreciate you. You've always been kind, even when you don't like what I'm doing. Even when you're mad,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can see fire coming out of your ears. You still are respectful, and you will eventually follow the directives. And I hope that you see by now that
Yes,
the things that we do as a team and the decisions that we make as a team is because we care about you. Nothing else motivates us. We care about you.
And I see that now, Your Honor. At first, I thought I was just another number on your docket, but now
No, sir.
I begin to see, and I begin to understand the things that you had to do. What did you call it? You on a tough love?
Tough love. Yeah,
Yes,
and isn't
ma'am.
it tough? It's tough.
But I'm batting 1,000 though. Thank
You
you very much.
are. You are
Yes,
batting
ma'am.
1,000, sir.
I'm
All
batting
right.
1,000. Thank you
Yes,
so
you are.
much, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Yancey. What's next for Mr. Richardson? What phase is he in DCCMIS?
In the computer, he's in phase 2. I'm not sure if he's really in phase 3
Okay.
or not.
All right. We'll verify. All right.
So
And
if
so
he's,
what's next for him?
I believe
I
it'll
want to
be,
see him on the phase 2 schedule. I'm gonna see
okay,
him on
I
the
got
phase
you.
2 schedule.
I got
now.
you. So then we're gonna,
Okay.
we want to do a 10:35 face-to-face with Mr. Richardson on August 16th, Your Honor.
All right. Did you get
What?
that, Mr. Richardson?
You said August 16th at 10:35?
Yeah, so I'll contact you at Lake Ridge, probably sometime that day,
Yes, sir.
and then we'll take it from there.
And that's August 16th.
Correct.
All right. All right, Mr. Richardson, I want you to take really good care of yourself. Hang in there
Yes,
with
ma'am.
us for a few more moments. You're doing a great job.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
proud of you. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Richardson for his service in the Army. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you. All right. I'm going to place you on mute and we'll keep going. Mr. Aldridge, I'm ready for you again. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let me have you unmute. I'm going to place your case number on the record. It's 210-448-6001. State your full name for me, Mr. Aldridge.
William Edward Aldrich.
All right. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine.
You doing fine?
Yes, I am.
All right. Wonderful. So tell me, what are you doing that has you doing fine?
Well, as I've reported before, I've been really focused on my brother's health. I'm currently living with him, and he had an amputation and a heart issue. It was touch and go for a number of months. In fact, he's been in and out of Beaumont Hospital, but thank goodness his health is now beginning to stabilize, both physically and mentally, if you will. I'm glad for him, and most certainly it's going to be helpful to me because I can now refocus myself in terms of doing some things that I need to do. So things are looking up.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. In the midst of, I'm really glad to hear your brother's health has is going in the right direction.
Yes.
In the midst of being a wonderful caregiver for your brother, have you been taking good care of yourself?
Yes, I have. I haven't paid the kind of attention that I should, but now that he's began to stabilize, most certainly I'm going to focus in terms of my own health. I do have some tests that I delayed because, again, being a primary caregiver for my brother, but now I'm going to reschedule those and sort of catch up in terms of obviously focusing on my own health.
All right, very good, very good. All right, what have been some challenges that you've had since the last time I've seen you?
Well, he's really been my challenge and my focus, and it's sort of paid off, if you will, from the standpoint, as I just indicated, he is headed in the right direction, both physically and mentally.
Yes.
So the challenge, again, is going to be to refocus my attention, time, and resources to myself and make certain that I continue along the path that is productive and that will reap the kind of benefits I know it will reap.
All right, very good. Are you still attending your group sessions?
No, I'm not. I have concluded those sessions.
Okay. All right. And so then what are you doing to work on you to stay on track?
Self improvement. I've used a lot of online resources. AA has a number of videos and other resources available. And I'm doing a lot of reading and a lot of introspection in terms of balancing my own perspective with that perspective of others. So I think I'm making some headway.
All right, very good, very good. What do you need us to help you with, Mr. Aldridge, if anything?
No, I'm all set, Your Honor. I again appreciate the attention and the support that I've gotten from the team members. Most certainly, Mr. Parker has been an inspiration and very supportive, and Mrs. Robb, of course, and yourself. So, no, I'm all set for now.
All right, very good, very good. Share with the courtroom something that you've learned, something that's helped you so that you can inspire or even warn somebody else.
I think one of the most critical things that I've learned is that I have to make certain that I balance my own perspective with the perspective of others. I'm not right all the time. Some people may not agree with me sometimes, but I need to respect that as opposed to just ignore it. And I think that's going to help me going forward in terms of my relationship with others.
I think that's going to help you tremendously, Mr. Aldridge. And that's a good thing to learn. And I hope the courtroom is listening, that you are not right all the time. Nobody's right all the time. You got to be able to at least listen to things, a different perspective. Somebody may see things differently. We may not agree. Sometimes we got to agree to disagree, right?
Right.
So
that's correct.
Very good. Very good. All right. Mr. Parker, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Aldridge, if anything?
Your Honor, Mr. Aldridge is doing well. As a matter of fact, he echoed the same sentiments that he had mentioned today to me. That he's now that his brother's is pretty much being stabilized. That he can now work on Mr. Aldridge, and so he's doing well. And when we have conversations, we talk about some personal things. We talk about some business things. But he's always upbeat, Your Honor. So again, congratulations to you as well, Mr. Aldridge, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Parker.
All right, Mr. Yancey, do you have anything on Mr. Aldridge this morning?
Just that he's doing well. It's a great thing to be able to care for a sibling. We applaud that, and
yes,
we're just happy now that he can also equally tend to himself, tend to his sobriety, tend to his contentment and happiness, and we're here to push him and support him, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good. No issues to report, Mr. Kusheri, as to Mr. Aldridge?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I don't know if I asked you already. All right. All right, very good. He's in compliance. Wonderful. All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, Your Honor. The court through me we're gonna have contact with Mr. Aldridge on August 16th, 10:35 for face-to-face, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Very good. Did you get that, Mr. Aldridge?
I most certainly did, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, was there anything you all wanted to add as to Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Aldridge. Good report today. You're working the program. It's good that you're supporting your brother. Keep up the good work, sir. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job in the program. Thank you, sir.
And if I might add, Your Honor, Mr. Aldridge, every time I think about comments about you, I keep thinking about the same comments, how steady you are and rock solid, and how you've just been doing this program. week after week, you've made the right calls and you've done the right things. And all I can say is I'm just very proud of you, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Mr. Aldridge, what branch of the military did you serve in?
U.S. Air Force, Your Honor.
The Air Force. All right, very good. I didn't have that in my records for some reason. I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Aldridge for his service in the Air Force. Thank you so much, Mr. Aldridge. We appreciate you. We truly appreciate your service. All right, I'm gonna have you hang with me, the virtual courtroom, because now I'm going to go to the physical courtroom. I'm going to go to the physical courtroom and do some cases, and I'm going to start with, I think I have about 2 cases at least that I need to do, maybe 3 in the physical courtroom before I release you all. I'm going to start with William Brown. Come on, Mr. Brown. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
Well, just fine, Your Honor.
You just fine? You always dress so cool, Mr. Brown. You all right with me? Thank you. You all right with me? All right. You feeling good this morning?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. I mean, better than I've felt in a long time.
Wonderful. Are you doing something different that's causing you to feel better?
Well, since I've been in the program, it helps a whole lot.
It does.
I don't want to dwell back on the past or what I went through before,
Yeah, but you feel
move
good.
on forward, like I'm staying in the program and trying to make the best out of it.
Yes, sir, because that's all we want is for you to make the best out of it and get the best out of it. How about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me place your case number on the record very quickly. I have for Mr. Brown, case number 180-441-0401. State your full name for me.
William Nathaniel Brown.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Brown, what have you been doing since the last time I've seen you?
Well, I've been staying, just trying to eat healthy and try to get myself back healthy again, like the best I can.
Yes, sir. And that's a good place to start. What did you say?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Okay, are you going to
Trying to stay in the program.
And you work in your program, right?
Yeah.
You showing up for everything you should show up for?
Yes.
All right, are you participating in your classes?
Yes.
What are you getting out of those classes, if anything?
Well, I'm learning a lot of communication is the thing that we discussed the last time. That helped me a lot of times because things that I was trying to express myself and I'd be taken the wrong way sometimes. And I try to work on that communication skill.
All right, very good. Very good. Work on it.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, are you having any difficulties, any challenges that you need us to help you with?
Well, things ain't perfect, but it's still can be worked on. I try to, keep myself where I think are the more important things.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the main focus that I'm trying to. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Mr. Brown, I know that you had the Smart Start device. Do you still have that device in your car?
I still have the Smart Start, but my license was suspended. So now I can't drive. So
why was your license suspended if they gave you the Smart Start?
Well, the violation that I had before, I didn't know it was going into suspension, but it went into suspension, so I can't drive. So I have to get, someone to, carry me around.
Okay, but you paying for the Smart Start?
Beg pardon?
Are you paying for the Smart Start device?
I got the Smart Start in my car like that, like I was told to get. I went, get it, what I'm saying, I had it transferred the first time into the newer car because the old car wouldn't work. And I had to transfer into the newer car. Then after that, because I guess there was a time limit in there, they suspended my license. So I got the Smart Start in my car, but I still can't drive.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, I need some help with that. There's no reason his license should be suspended if there was a lapse in time or what have you. I need that to get straightened out.
Yes, Judge. If we could get an SOS.
SOS, please.
Okay, yes, Miss Mack, can you, I'd like him to get some information today, because that doesn't make sense for him to have that Smart Start, pay for that Smart Start, and he's on a suspended license. And especially if his license should not be suspended. I want to get that straightened out, okay?
And another thing, Your Honor, the insurance company got a hold to it, and, they was talking about $8,000 for, and I can't afford that.
$8,000 for what?
For the insurance on the car.
Oh, okay.
So
Then it sounds like you need to go return that Smart
Some kind
Start.
of way they got a hold to it. So they're saying that, and then they wanted me to pay $1,500 this month, I can't afford that.
Okay, so Mr. Reed, Mr. Vikings, I need you all to take him in a breakout room and give him some good counsel as to what he should be doing about whether he should keep that Smart Start, let them come and or bring them back their device. And if he can't afford the insurance right now, And then Mr. Kusheri, I don't know if there is insurance that's offered through the VA or Mr. Kusheri with some service or what have you, maybe talk with him about exploring another agency, because that seems like a lot, but of course I don't know his specific, circumstances, but that just seems like a lot, 8,000. That's a lot of money. Lots of money. All right, very good. So Mr. Fikens, when you all get that SOS, will you go in the breakout room with Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
And because I still don't want him with a suspended license, so, all right. So they're gonna talk with you this morning, officer. We'll get him set up, Ms. Mack, we'll get him set up in that conference room so that he can talk with one of the attorneys on this morning and hopefully get some answers. How's that?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. What else is going on?
Well, that's about it, the program is going well, and I'm trying to keep everything, try to make my appointment, and that's about it,
All right, very good, very good. Let me hear from where is Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott has just been AWOL. Can somebody text him and let him know I'm putting out an APB for him? I need to see Mr. Scott.
I will, Your Honor.
Okay.
I had some scheduling conflicts, but I will let him know.
All right, just tell him I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I can't even verbalize it. I might need to go see a counselor before it's over. All right, very good. Well, Mr. Scott's not with us today, so let me hear Mr. Yancey. Do you have anything you want to add as to Mr. Brown? We're gonna check on some issues for him today, and he's gonna get some counsel from his attorneys.
I don't have a whole lot, Your Honor. Seems like Mr. Brown is doing pretty well. See, he's working on his communication skills, and it's like he's screening compliant. The only question I had, I wasn't really clear where he's going for treatment.
Is he Mr. Kusheri? What do you want to tell us? I'm sorry, I should have tell us about his services, just an overview and where he is if he's in compliance.
Sure, absolutely.
Can you hear him, Mr. Yancey?
Yes.
Okay, he can hear you.
Okay, good morning, Ron, and thank you again. Mr. Brown is entirely compliant with all of his treatment at VA. He received individual therapy for substance use disorder programming weekly. He was last seen yesterday. He receives all of his medical treatment from the VA. He receives case management as well. All UDS ETGs have been negative for all illicit substances. He continues to engage with his mentor and contact regularly for his court order. And he is doing well. And Mr. Brown, I will try to help you out right now with your insurance. I know that this Smart Start device and insurance and all of these costs are quite stressful. It sounds really frustrating. So we definitely want to help you as much as we can, and we'll try to figure something. But all in all, good report despite all of the stress. He's doing great, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. You're doing great, Mr. Brown. Did you hear that?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Yancey, anything else?
That's all, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything else?
Yes, Judge, just keep up the good work, Mr. Brown. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, when the courtroom is set up, I'll be happy to speak to Mr. Brown regarding his license.
All right, wonderful. They're all set up. I see thumbs up. And so let's get that invitation going so Miss Mack can accept it. Miss Mack, I want you to accept the invitation. Miss Wilson, send that invitation to Miss Mack for a breakout room. Mr. Brown, before you go in that conference room, I want to get your next date. What will that be, Mr. Yancey?
Your Honor, I believe that will be August 16th on a Zoom hearing at 8:35, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes, I have received a card. But one of them was for the second and one of them for the 9th. I don't know whether that's a mistake or what, because that would be next Tuesday.
All right, so we're gonna get Miss Mack to get that 9th out of the system, and we're gonna have you in for the 16th, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you for letting me know that.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Brown. He served in the Army. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Yes, sir, we appreciate you. All right, you're gonna go in the conference room for me. Thank you, Miss Mack. All right, very good. We're gonna keep going. I have next up Mr. Purry. Come on, Mr. Purry. Good to see you on this morning. I have the following, you 582-574-20. State your full name for me, Mr. Purry. All right, very good. Thank you, officer, for wiping off the stand so that and I need y'all to know my coughing is not COVID. I've been tested 3 times and at the urgent care. I'm negative. I just want everybody to know that. All right, because y'all know I'm COVID conscious. All right, very good. Mr. Purry, how are you today? Okay, step up a little bit closer. I need you to get in that mic so my court reporter is able to hear you. How are you?
Yeah.
You're doing good. What does that mean that you're good?
That'll be compliant with the program.
You're compliant? What's different about you today?
I got a new attitude today.
You have a new attitude? Tell me a little bit about that new attitude.
Well, I'll tell you, one of my triggers is stress, and I take the stress a lot. I learned how to deal with that stress and keep it going.
All right, so you're dealing with stress and you realize that stress is a trigger. All right, and so what are you doing to deal with the stress?
Eliminate it as far as, I have a sister that's really ill and she's not doing well.
I can't hear you.
I said I have a sister.
Okay.
That's not doing well.
Oh, okay, I'm
And
sorry.
when she's not doing well, it really kind of stresses me out. And I'm learning to let go. I used to go see her every day. I'm going to see her twice a week now.
Okay.
And, just learning to deal with it is what it is. I mean, she's got a lot of health issues and they're not going to go away. So I just have to learn to deal with it and accept it.
Right, without self-sabotaging, right?
Right.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, Mr. Purry. And I'm so sorry to hear about your sister. And I understand that sometimes life can deal us some hands that are tough, right? But we still have to, in the midst of all of that, we still have to make good decisions about ourselves, right? We don't want to add injury or insult or hardship to a situation that may already be hard, right?
That's right.
And so in taking care of yourself and dealing with that stress, that's something you're gonna have to do. And that's all of us. I'm talking to myself.
Right.
All of us, right? Because we have a tendency of letting life get the best of us, and then we make decisions and we just make matters worse, right?
Right.
All right.
Well, also, I'm learning to trust in God. Because He won't put you on me.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So you have a place that you can go and where you can trust, and that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. And so I just want to encourage you. How are things going? Just your whole demeanor is different today. So I'm concerned. I'm very observant, even when you're just on screen. And let me just say this about you. I thought I was like the queen of don't have a poker face. I think you are the king of don't have a poker face, even with a mask on. Yes, even with a mask on. I think you are the king. You might have me beat, Mr. Pearl. Yes, you might. I don't know. I might have to see a couple of sessions. So let me see. Is everything okay with you today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you know that if you need to speak with me off the record, you can do that outside of the hearing of the courtroom or live on YouTube. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay.
But I'm also working on my physical health too. I had a colonoscopy yesterday and can't find my right. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. Listen, I need all of you to be well. Yes. Yes. So that's a good thing. I'm glad that everything worked out well for you with that procedure. All right. What do you need us to help you with?
I understand that Ms. Robbins is no longer my caseworker. I got Mr. Griffin now.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Ms. Robbins is no longer my caseworker. I got Mr. Griffin now.
Ms. Robbins is not here today. So I don't know if she's no longer your caseworker, but she's not here today. And so, you know, we're going to always put you in the hands of a trusted case manager. Okay. And so we're working on some things. She's just not here today. Okay. So we're going to do one day at a time. All right. Very good. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
That's about it. All right. How's married life? You know, I want to know. Your wife laughing, and she the queen of don't have a poker face either. Mrs. Perry, you doing well?
Very well, yeah.
All right. You still loving being married?
Yes.
All right. Very good. That's what I want to hear. You still working with him, supporting him, encouraging him, nudging him, pushing him along, pulling, whatever you need to do. Kicking. Did you say kicking? Kicking is good. It's good. Yes, ma'am. Whatever it takes, because he is certainly worth it, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Our first year anniversary was yesterday.
1 year already. Wow. Yeah. 1 year. They celebrated 1 year of an anniversary. I love it. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Keep working at it. One day at a time, 1 year at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have any questions for the team this morning?
No, I just want to thank them for their support.
Yes, sir. Thank you for accepting the support. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, Mr. Kusheri, do you have anything on Mr. Curry? Is he receiving services?
I do, Your Honor. Yes,
Okay.
he is receiving services. He is motivated to comply with treatment, and he is plugging through the program. He is engaged in different modalities. He is doing well and entirely compliant. Congratulations, Mr. Free, on a great report and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yes, happy anniversary. All right. From the team, Mr. Parker, I believe you're the mentor. Let me hear from you.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning again, and to Mr. and Mrs. Perry, and congratulations. Happy anniversary for 1 year. I called to speak with Mr. Perry last night, but he was resting, and I understand that. And I'm going to call him again in maybe in a couple of days. But I just want to encourage Mr. Perry. Just, you know, he had my number. To talk just like with you, Yana, and certainly when we talk, it is off the record, and you know, and confidential as well. And so I just want to encourage Mr. Perry to you know, keep on going forward. Mrs. Perry, remind me of my wife, because she's always at me, and sometimes she get on my last nerve, but I realize that it's for the good.
You better be careful. You know, I met your wife, and let me tell you something.
I know.
She's beautiful on the inside and the outside.
She is, Yana. She is. I love her to death. 46 years, it's been great. But just
wow.
Yes, and might be telling my age now. But I just want to encourage Mr. Perry to just, you know, just you know, keep your eyes on the prize, and you know, before you know it, you'll be in a place, and you that rearview mirror, you'll look back and say, wow, you know, I made it. And so just be encouraged. Okay. Thank you, Yana.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you have for me?
Just that Mr. Perry, he seems like he's doing well. He's in one of the upper phases that we have, so he's accomplished a lot. We just want him to know there's a lot of support. We you know, he has an envelope of support between the case manager, Mr. Parker, you, Mr. Kasheri. We're just all there for him. So and his wife. So he's got everything he needs. Just use it all and be all that he can be. And we're looking forward to just him really blossoming and doing well once he graduates our program, Your Honor.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, sir. Good report. Congratulations on the clean time. We know it's not easy, but you're working the program. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job, sir. Keep up the good work and be safe.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. If nothing, do you have any questions for us this morning, Mr. Purry?
No, ma'am.
No questions? All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Purry?
Your Honor, he would have a face-to-face on August 23rd at 10:35. He's in phase 3 of a 3-phase program.
Yes, sir. All right, did you get that, Mr. Purry? All right. Yes, sir. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Purry for his service in the armed forces. Thank you, Mr. Purry. We appreciate you. We certainly do. All right. I'm gonna have you have a seat just for a moment. I'm gonna do one more matter, and then I'm going to release all of the veterans. And that is going to be, is that Mr. Adams I see there? Come on, Mr. Adams. Let's do it. I have the following for Aaron Adams, D808-1351. State your full name for me, Mr. Adams.
Aaron Frederick Adams.
All right, Mr. Adams, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I got a new cage worker here. And I thought it was gonna be Rob busting at me yesterday, but I couldn't. I said, I'm coming anyway. I don't know where she at.
All right, well, just come on in. We are always here with open arms for you, okay?
I haven't been here in a while. I got sick. Last time I was supposed to be here, I got sick. So she told me don't bring your sick self down your word.
Don't do it. We
I
don't.
was gonna come anyway this time.
All right. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, it's good to see you.
I'm hanging in there.
All
I
right.
lost a friend.
You did?
Yeah, COVID got him.
Really?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Did y'all hear that? People are still dying from
Yeah, and he
COVID.
had all his shots. That was one of my best fishing buddies.
All right. How are you processing all that, Mr.
I'm
Adams?
hanging in there with him. I still talk to his family all the time, but that was my friend.
All right. Are you still going to DRP, Detroit Recovery Project?
I do that on Zoom. I gotta do that today.
All right. Have you told them about the loss of your friend?
No, I haven't talked to him yet.
All right. Will you share that with them for me?
I will.
Okay,
I will.
good. I want you to share it, okay?
Other than that, I'm trying to get that 2-year-old in school this year. I want her out of that house.
Yeah, there are places for 2-year-olds to go.
Yeah, I want her to go.
Find one.
I want her to go.
Listen, there are a couple of places that have full-time programs.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, tell her parents work at it. Because those 2-year-olds are really 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
And nobody want to be fooling with a 20-year-old, a 2-year-old, 20-year-old all day. Yeah, unless they getting a paycheck. Yes. All right, Mr. Adams. And so do you believe that they're helping you with the services that they're providing at DRP?
Oh, yeah.
They are? All right. Who's your counselor?
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. You like Mr. Black?
He's cool.
He's cool?
He's cool.
All right. Very good. Very good. And so
he'll be my game. He'll be my.
You talking about Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Mr. Griffin.
Yes, sir. And guess what? Mr. Griffin is more than capable hands. He can handle you.
Okay. But
Yes,
I
he
want to
can.
holler. I want Miss Rob to holler at me sometime.
All right. Well, Mr. Griffin, if he needs hollering at, you can holler at him or send him to me. I'll holler.
It's okay. Don't you holler at me.
Yes, I'm an empty nester. I don't get to holler as much as I used to. So I be looking for folks to holler. And I don't holler at grandbabies. So they off living. So I'll holler for you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Listen, Mr. Adams, what do you need us to help you with, if anything?
Well, I didn't think it is DD-214, but
All right.
other than that, that's it.
Mr. Kusheri, what are we doing about that DD-214? This is the hardest DD-214 I've ever seen.
So I did explain to Mr. Adams the process that I could help him with to receive the 214, but you have to fill out the paperwork and you have to submit it. I could get you the data from the 214, but I don't have a physical copy. Okay. And we did talk about filing for a claim to possibly get him VHA services, but that would take some time.
Yes.
In the meantime, you know, there's some contacts that he has that he'll have to follow up on if he's located.
All right, and so, Mr. Kusheri, can I stretch us all just a little bit? Is there any way that we can get that paperwork and someone sit and help him fill it out?
Do it right now.
You have it?
If you wanted to fill out the application to get your 214, happy we could do that right now. The C&P application is something that you would have to do with the VSO. So I did give him some contact information, and he has a direct contact for someone that works out of the McNamara building. But since COVID, their hours have been a little challenging, and it's very hard to really navigate through that bureaucracy with what's been going on.
Right.
So, but that's something that, you know, that's something Mr. Architect will have to do with the motivator and follow through with that. 214, I can help you with that today.
All right, I need you to do that today. Because we've been talking about the DD 214 since 214. I need that done today. All right, so thank you, Mr. Kusheri, for extending your services. So you're gonna meet with Mr. Kusheri. I think Mr. Griffin may have gone in that breakout room quickly, but you all can do it, or even if you need to go in the back of the courtroom, however you need to do it, I need that filled out today. Okay, because we need to get you on board, especially if he qualifies, there's an opportunity for him to qualify for services, VHA.
I believe that there would be an opportunity for him to qualify if he files for CFP and is awarded the service connection, which will take some time, but I know that it's possible.
Yes, sir.
It's worth trying.
Yes, it is. All right, I'm speaking from experience, so come on, let's get it done. It takes time, but you've got to get in the process. And the longer it takes you to get in the process, the longer it's going to take to get it done. So you can't get in the process without a DD 214, because that's the first thing they want. So you're going to do that with Mr. Kusheri on today. When he gets that DD 214, Mr. Kusheri, I know that we may have to, I know there's some issues or maybe a little hiccup with VSO, but if we can help him to at least, you know, get started in that process some kind of way, because it does take time.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. You good with that, Mr. Adams? Today? All right, this morning, before you leave? Okay. All right, very good. All right, what questions do you have for the team today? That's it? All right, Mr. Adams. All right, Mr. Yancey and Mr. Griffin, you're gonna take over this case? Yeah. All right, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Adams, he's a little live wire, but he's a good person. He's gonna come down to the courthouse. That's just who he is. And we gonna let him too, long as he's not sick. He can come down here. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Adams, if anything?
I think he's done pretty well. I did talk to him briefly the other day. He was surprised to hear from me, but you know, looks like he's doing pretty well so far. He's embraced the program. We're just going to continue to encourage him. He's at a good place, the Detroit Recovery Project. Hopefully, we'll make sure that works out for him and anything else he's doing. So, one step at a time, but we'll keep making steps.
All right, very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Adams?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report, Mr. Adams. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you. Be proud of yourself, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, keep up the good work, Mr. Adams. We are proud of you.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Yancey, what's next for Mr. Adams?
Your Honor, I believe he would have a face-to-face on August 16th at 10:35.
All right, let's write him out a card, Miss Matt. Can we write him out an appointment card? All right, let's do that. All right, wonderful. He'll do the face-to-face, get to know Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin will get to know him.
August 16th, what time?
August 16th, I believe, at 10:35 a.m.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, wonderful. If nothing else, I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Adams for his service in the Army. Thank you, Mr. Adams. We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you. You're going to go in that breakout room are in the conference room with Mr. Kusheri, and we're gonna get us a DD 214 on the table, sir. So we can start opening some doors to some other benefits that you have earned and deserve, okay? All right, very good. To all of the veterans on this morning, I want to thank you for your service. Thank you for your patience on this morning. You all have been awesome. You're doing a great job. I want to encourage you all to keep going. You have been connected to some wonderful, wonderful resources, and I want you all to use those resources. Use them. That resource also includes the courtroom, your case manager, and I know that from time to time things may change, but understand that you are always going to be with a case manager that cares about you, that works hard, that's professional, and that's on their stuff. And so don't worry about that. If your case manager has to change, don't worry about it. You are in more than capable hands. And so thank you to Mr. Griffin and Mr. Yancey for stepping up on this morning. I appreciate you all. Let's all give our veterans another round of applause, and then I am thanking and excusing them. With the exception, there's one exception I'm going to call. That was from Mr. Stitt, U5393771. Mr. Stitt was here. The officer has not checked in. It was scheduled for a trial. Mr. Fikes, I'm dismissing that matter without prejudice, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, wonderful. And then, does anybody know where Mr. O'Brien is? Where is Mr. O'Brien?
He's on for the second and the ninth.
So he's probably gonna come on the 9th?
On the ninth, yeah.
All right. All right, so I won't KPS him today. Let's make sure, verify that he's on for the 9th, Ms. Mack, and then I'm good. All right, wonderful. And then I think, what about Jerome Andrews? Was he someone that's a veteran? No.
I don't believe so,
All right.
Your Honor.
All right, I'm releasing the veterans. You all are free to leave. Enjoy the rest of your week. So good to see you all. Take care. Bye-bye in the virtual courtroom and bye-bye in the physical courtroom.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Great
All
day.
right, bye-bye, Mr. Brown.
Your Honor, may I approach briefly?
Yes, you may.
He is on the ninth.
He's on the 9th. All right, Mr. Parker, you are free to leave. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Tell your wife I said hello.
I certainly will. Thank you again.
All right. All
Bye-bye.
right, you're very welcome. Okay, bye-bye. All right.
I wanted to just introduce you just briefly.
I thought somebody was in trouble.
Mr. Fikens,
Yes, sir.
did we work out Mr. Brown?
Yes. When we talk, I'll fill you in on that.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's a question of payment.
Oh, okay. Money?
It's a money problem.
Money problem. Okay, I got you. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Reed,
Did you
Mr.
want to go in the breakout room?
Yeah, yeah.
Or-
Do we need an interpreter for Mr. Al-Wali?
If he's the gentleman from Friday, there's an interpreter needed.
So we'll wait to go into a breakout room.
And Miss Brimage,
Oh, we need Miss Brimage too. Mr. Adams, you're good, aren't you? I know you are, so.
Mr. Jackson, can I help you, please?
Morning, I'm Sergeant Jackson. I'm here on a case, defendant Adams.
So you're an officer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And
He's already
Officer,
quit on that. Too.
yeah, officer, my name is Rob Fikens. I'm one of the defense attorneys. He's up today for an adjourn to pay. He pled guilty already. So you might want to check that with the clerk or with the judge, because I don't believe that your attendance is necessary today and might have been sent out in error, but I just want to let you know that's kind of the background. It looks like he was adjourned to pay, and he made payment so far, and he has another date in the future to meet with the court, with the judge. Just wanted to bring you up to date. But thank you for coming. And hang on, we'll get, probably since you're here, you should put your name on, badge number on the record. But not right now. Wait till the judge calls the case.
Officer Jackson? I've been notified by the clerk that you can leave. We don't need your services for this case. Sir,
Got a cigarette? Put out the cigarette.
Go ahead,
sir,
Ms. Wilson. Sorry, we cut you off, Ms. Wilson.
no problem.
There's just all kind of violations going on.
Right, I had to remove him. Can I help you, sir, please? Sir, in a white t-shirt, can I help you? He's not connected to audio.
Oh. Hello, Miss Asmar.
Good morning, Mr. Fikes. How are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Good. So what do we have today?
Mr. Awali from Friday, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Al Wiley. Yes, got it.
We're just waiting for Miss Bramage,
Excellent.
probation officer.
Oh, yes, she's the interpreter for.
Okay,
For
all
the,
right, let's do it.
Mr. Awali.
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right, very good. I am ready on Mr. Awali. Ms. Asmar, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words spoken by the parties in today's matter and that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down and state your name and qualifications for the record.
Sarah Asmar, Michigan Courts Qualified Arabic Interpreter, number 1761.
Thank you. I am ready on the following matters. For a while, Al-Wali, case number SP 123-52271, SP 125-9163, counts 1, 2, and 3. All right, Mr. Al-Awali, please state your name for the record. You may interpret.
سيد الوائلي، اذكر اسمك لأغراض السجلات.
وائل الوائلي.
وائل الوائلي.
Thank you. Ms. Brimage, your appearance.
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
سيدة بريمج، عرفي على نفسك. أنا اسمي السيدة بريمج.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Brimage, I'm ready for your report.
Your Honor, the defendant, Mr. Al-Wali, was ordered to complete the prostitution awareness class, to submit to HIV STD testing, complete 20 hours of community service, and pay fines and costs in the amount of $330.
Okay, give her a chance to interpret. All right.
حضرة القاضي. Yes. حضرة القاضي، السيدة الوائلي أثبت إلي وبواسطة الأوراق الرسمية أنه حضر الدروس الخاصة بالابتعاد عن الأشياء الغير جيدة ومن عندها أصلا الأشياء الأخرى. كذلك نطاني تقرير أنه سوى فحص ال HIV وكذلك دفع غرامات ورسوم المحكمة.
Ms. Brimage?
Your Honor, he has successfully completed and complied with all of the conditions, and I'm asking this case be closed with improvement.
Mr. Grimmage, could you please repeat? I have a hard time hearing you.
I say he has successfully completed all of the conditions, and I'm asking that his case be closed with improvement.
بما أنه سوى كل شروط المراقبة اللي فرضناها عليه، فأنا أطلب من المحكمة أنه تنهي القضية وتسقطها.
All right, Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed, he has several other matters.
سيد فايكنز سيد ريد عنده أشياء أخرى، اتهامات أخرى.
And it looks like, at least what I have, it says that he was supposed to be arraigned on those matters July 18th. So I probably need some more current ROAs, Ms. Marion.
Okay, on the other matters. Excuse me. Okay, give me one moment.
Counts 1, 2, and 3. Oh, wonderful. And so Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed, counts 1, 2, and 3 were adjourned for dismissal as long as he complied with the court's orders. And so I'm closing the matter that was before Ms. Brimage with Ms. Brimage, and I'm dismissing the following: SP 125-9163, counts 1, 2, and 3. I'm dismissing all 3 of those without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge. We stipulate the probable cause for dismissal.
Mr. Reed, wait till the interpreter.
Hold on, let her interpret. Go ahead, Ms. Asmar.
بما أنه المدعي عليه أكمل كل شروط المراقبة، فالمحكمة رح تسقط الاتهامات الموجهة إليه. أولهم هي التهمة SP 1, 2, 3 9163 التهمة الأولى والثانية والثالثة.
All right, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge. We stipulate the probable cause for dismissal of those three matters, and we want to thank Ms. Brimage for stepping up. This was not her case, and we thank her for coming in today. Thank you, Judge.
احنا نشكر المحكمة ونشكر السيدة جريمج لأنه أخذت دور في هذه القضية علما بأنه هي ليست جزء منها وليست المخولة إليها، ونوافق أنه على قرار المحكمة.
All right, yes, Ms. Brimage, thank you so much for stepping up. I know this was thrown on you at the last minute. Great job as usual, which is why things get thrown on you. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
المحكمة تشكر السيدة جريمج لأنه اتدخلت بالموضوع وسوت شيء جيد جدا علما أنه لم تكن هي المخولة بهذا الموضوع. نشكرها شكر جزيل.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Asmar. Thank you, Mr. Awali. You are excused. Enjoy the rest of your day.
انتهت المرافعة وأرجو من الكل إنه المغادرة. أشكركم جميعا. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, Ms. Brimage, did you have another matter before me?
I don't think he's here.
Okay, I'm going to call it because he's been given ample time to appear. He was scheduled for 10 o'clock a.m. and that is for Frederick Adams. Is Mr. Adams on?
I don't know if that's
No one asked who he was?
He's not connected. I think
He is, he's muted.
Ms. Wilson been trying to get it. He won't.
The person that's on the TCL20XE, sir, with the glasses and the white t-shirt. We need your name.
Jerome Andrews.
Thank you, sir. Is that you, Ms. Brimage?
No. I'm going to Mr. Adams.
I'm sorry.
If I get in touch with Mr. Adams, when do you want to take the report?
Oh, no, Mr. Adams didn't get a warrant.
Okay, so you don't want to be involved.
You want to give him another? Let me put it on the record. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to call Frederick Adams. I have 05326181. Ms. Brimage, your appearance again?
Yes, Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, Mr. Adams has failed to appear, but I'm going to have Ms. Brimage make the record as to the events that have taken place surrounding Mr. Adams. You may proceed.
Your Honor, on July 22nd, Mr. Adams was before you. You instructed me to complete an intake on him and find out what his needs were. He followed through with that. He was ordered to screen on July 25th. He did send me an email on July 31st saying that he was not able to screen. I responded to the email and I haven't heard from him since then. So I want the opportunity to call Mr. Adams to see if he's okay, because he does have some medical conditions, and make sure that there, was a valid reason why he wasn't in court today.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Oh, there's Ms. Watt. I believe Ms. Watt was serving as his attorney.
Yes,
Good
he's
morning.
logging on. Good morning, Your Honor. He's logging on right now. I was in an exam, so I couldn't text him the login number, but he's been texting me furiously trying to get the number. I'm sending it to him right now.
Ms. Watt, your client has some problems. He didn't do what the court ordered him to do with respect to testing. With respect to testing.
I know
he showed up.
I know he indicated he was having transportation issues to get to the testing. He had done one part and he said he was having issues getting to the testing. He needs a special van to transport him. But I don't think he was trying to not obey the court's orders, Your Honor. I'm trying to help him with that transportation issue.
Yes. And so he will have to he'll have to get transportation because we need him to test. And so, Ms. Brimage, do you want to adjourn this 1 week out and to
If
give
you do it
Attorney Watt,
longer, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
to give Attorney Watt an opportunity to work with her client on getting transportation to get the testing
It
and
needs
to finish getting finalized for probation?
It needs to be
Okay,
2
yes.
weeks because it takes that long to arrange for the transportation. So it needs to be longer than 1 week, Your Honor, sorry.
Okay, Ms. Brimage?
Your Honor, with the strenuous screening that we have, will he be eligible for our probation? Because you have him screened at least twice a week. She said it takes 2 weeks.
Right, and so Ms. Watt, once you secure that transportation, you will be able to secure it so that he continues to get to testing the requisite number of times per week, because I can't just test him every 2 weeks.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure something out. I'm gonna let him know that, you know, it's, you can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was in the hallway of 36 and causing a disturbance. I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh, no,
I
you're
will talk
okay.
to the transportation. I will talk to the transportation company and report back to the court with that answer because I'm not sure. But I will do the best I can, Your Honor, to get him there.
All right, very
If
good,
it's an
very
issue,
good.
the court.
Okay, yes, well, if it's an issue, he's gonna need to, we're gonna have to figure out what has to be done, because he still have to, he's been charged. He's already had I don't know if he pled guilty, I believe he did. And so Ms. Watt, he's gonna have to find a way to work this probation, or he's gonna have to do jail time on his offense. Uh-oh, I don't know if you can hear me. Speaking of Miss Bridge, that's my call. Miss Watt, can you just step into my courtroom?
Where are you? Oh, you're on 1. I'm gonna come down right now.
133. All right, I'm gonna continue with my docket. All right, let's do it. Give me 1 second. Let me clear some other things up. All right, let's do it. I am ready on Albert Adams. I have you 617-87321 and you 617-87421. Mr. Albert Adams, unmute and state your name for the record, please.
Albert Adams.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, you were adjourned to pay. Did you pay?
Yes, I did.
He did.
All right, Miss Mack, we're good. All right, then I am going to close out case number U617-87321, and I am going to dismiss without prejudice case number U617-87421, sir. So you are all set, okay?
Okay, so do that mean I'm still on probation?
No, not with me. I'm sorry, Mr. Fikens?
He's
Am I
asking
missing
you,
something?
well, there was a review date of May of next year, Judge, with the possibility of having that matter dismissed, I believe. So I'm not sure.
Oh, the firearms charge?
Yes.
Oh, Miss Brimage does have him. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast. Come on, Miss Brimage. But they have him down as an adjourned to pay, and
I don't have his file. He was given a year, but he's completed everything. He had a review date for today. I'll have to run upstairs and get the file.
okay. No, I can't close him out just yet. Miss Brimage needs to go get the file, and we may be able to close him out for good today, but let's have Miss Brimage get the file. So don't enter anything on him yet. Okay, wonderful. All right, give us a second, Mr. Adams.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right, and then I had Mr. Andrews. Mr. Andrews is a review for trespassing, Mr. Fikens, or
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Mack?
He did pay, it appears, Judge.
Go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Oh, I just wanted to indicate to the court, I believe he did pay.
Have you
And
given him some other things to do, or is he getting a dismissal? What's going
I
on?
believe it was a delayed sentence, Your Honor.
Is today his day?
Yes.
All right,
It was-
wonderful. Let me call it. I'm ready on case number U 602-40521. Mr. Andrews, state your full name, please.
Jerome Andrews.
All right, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, you are in great shape. You paid your fines and costs. I hope that you've learned your lesson. And today your matter is being dismissed without prejudice, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Mr. Fikens. All right. Ms. Brimage ran up to get a file, and so I'll recall your client when she comes back, okay? Thank you so much. All right, very good. And then, Mr. Adams, we're waiting on a file for you. I have Javante Alexander, SP 106-22993. Did Mr. Alexander pay?
No, ma'am.
And was that a civil infraction?
Yes, it was, Judge.
Yes, it is.
All right, then I'm going to reinstate the original charge and a default judgment will be entered. All right, wonderful. Soon as she comes back, we'll recall these cases. You know, I'm COVID queen. That yes, sir. All right, I am recalling Frederick Adams, 05326-181 counsel your appearance for the record?
Coral Watt, appearing on behalf of Mr. Adams.
All right, wonderful. And then Ms. Brimage for probation?
Jasmine Brimage on behalf of the probation department.
All right, wonderful. And so Mr. Adams, let me have you unmute and state Mr. Frederick Adams. Let me have you unmute and place your name on the record, please. Uh-oh, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. There you go.
Okay. Is that it? Did
Yes,
that work?
sir.
You gotta excuse me. I'm
Yes,
new. I
sir.
don't know how to work this thing. I'm new to
That's
this.
okay, you're doing good.
You used to it. I'm new to this.
That's all
Can you hear
right,
me?
you're doing well so far. Yes, sir,
Well,
tell me your name.
how you doing this morning, Judge? How are you?
I am doing well, sir. How are you?
Well, I got up this morning. I'm blessed.
Yes, you are. Can you
Yes.
state your name for the record?
Oh, Frederick Bernard Adams.
All right, wonderful, Mr. Adams. All right, so we were talking earlier about you didn't go get your screening. There's some transportation issues. And so your attorney Watt, has indicated that she's gonna work with you to get you some transportation. My concern is, and I'm going to grant the 2 weeks to work on this transportation. But my concern is I need it to be a continuum of transportation because he's going to be on probation with this court and he will have to test. Or another thing that we could do, I still need the test initially, but we could also place him on the SoberLink or an alcohol test.
Okay, that would be a great option. The only reason why is because the issue with the transportation, he can't get on the regular van. There's like a special van that can accommodate his size and weight. And it's not readily available. And so that is part of the transportation issue. You know, he can't just like get a cab or because of the size and the weight in the wheelchair. So I will need some time to try and see if I can arrange that. If I'm having an issue, I'll let the court, I'm sorry, I can let you know as well, so that it can be addressed, but I will try and make sure that he gets that initial screening.
Yes, I need him to get that initial screening and I'd like to give 2 weeks and maybe a couple of days to get that initial screening done. And then what we'll do is we are going to place him on the SoberLink instead of the cuff.
Yes.
But it will be at his expense.
Okay, how much is that monthly?
I don't know off the top. $6 or $7 a day, maybe.
Maybe 7.
Yes, it is. It's costly.
Okay. I just don't want to give an answer without talking.
Okay, talk with him. We still have the 2 weeks and a couple of days.
Because it would be better for him if he could test once a week, so it was less costly. So I'm just gonna see.
Right. Let's see what transportation says. So for now, we are going to adjourn you out to.
If you need to make it on a day that's not a Tuesday, it's fine.
No, let's do a Tuesday. Tuesdays work better for me. And so where are we? We're at the 2nd. If we can do it on, you know what? I'm gonna put it out to the 23rd.
That would be perfect.
Yes, let's adjourn them to the 23rd, August 23rd, 2022. And I'm going to put it on for 10 o'clock a.m. And then that way, hopefully we'll have the transportation resolved and all of those good things. And then you'll have a conversation with your client. Ms. Brimage, you can find out how much the SoberLink is daily and then allow Ms. Watt Attorney Watt to have a conversation with her client as to affordability.
Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. Anything else for my consideration as to Frederick Adams?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Adams. You're gonna hear from your attorney and hopefully we can get you on track to work this probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. You are free to leave.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's just, that's the same problem we're getting you to court. There's no van that transport. You too. Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Thank you so much for coming down. Officer, can you mute? Oh, never mind.
I got it.
Christina, can you pull up an ROA for me for the Albert Adams?
She did, I mean, he did wipe it down.
All right, I have for Albert Adams, U 617-87321 and U 617-87421. Thank you, Mr. Adams, for your patience. Ms. Brimage was in fact able to get the file. Let me have you report out, Ms. Brimage. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Adams was ordered to complete the handgun intervention program at Tombstone with Mr. Rice. He did complete that. He was also ordered to pay $450 in fines and costs. He has also paid the fines and costs. He has a $0. This was a delayed sentence, and since Mr. Adams has completed everything he's asked, I'm recommending the case be dismissed.
All right, very good. And so I'm satisfied, Mr. Ficus, he's done everything that he was supposed to do. I hope that this has been a good lesson for you, Mr. Adams, so that you never, ever have to encounter us on this level again. I am dismissing today pursuant to the recommendation and pursuant to judicial discretion as well. For the timing, Mr. Ficus,
Yes,
I'm dismissing case number U 617-87321. And I'm also dismissing U 617-87421. Both of the matters are dismissed without prejudice. Anything else for my consideration?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor. We appreciate that.
All right. All right. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Adams. Do well. Go be great. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Miss Watt, what do you want, Miss Watt?
I just have a quick question. Does he have to be tested in Wayne County? Because he can get transportation anywhere in Oakland County, of course.
No, it doesn't have to be Wayne County, and Ms. Brimage informed him of that.
I gave him ATS in Southfield.
Okay, so he can do Southfield. Okay, so now I just have to find out if they can do is it once a week, Your Honor?
What did I order?
He hasn't been sentenced yet.
Oh, he hasn't been sentenced yet, but this is just his preliminary. But it'll at least be, depending on what I do at sentencing, after I hear Ms. Brimage's report, it may be, it's not gonna be more than 2 times per week.
No more than 2 times per week. Okay, let me just let them know that. Thank you. I was just getting clarity, Your Honor. Okay, thank you.
And it's gonna be random, Miss Watt.
Oh, that's the issue, is the random, because they have to have 3 days notice for the van. The random is going to be an issue.
Okay. All right. She's gonna check the price of the sober link, continue to work on the transportation. We're gonna come up with a resolution. I want him to be able to work his probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Take care.
You too.
All right. All right, I think we are all set with the morning docket. We have our staffing today for mental health court, which means Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, you all get a break from me on today. Thank you all for serving. Ms. Wilson, thank you for serving. I appreciate you all. I won't see you all again until Thursday.
Yes, Judge.
Are y'all speechless? Are y'all sad? Y'all want to come?
No, Judge, thank you, Judge.
We're counting our losses, Judge. No, we are.
I can go be back tomorrow.
Oh, that's what's going on. Yeah, sure. All
And I
right.
see-